Ah. Yeah. How to go home before you go home. You know, if you ask me, how to dwell in the house of the Lord, you know, forever and until your last days, you know, the shortest way, the fastest way, the most effective way chosen would be you got to give back to Caesar what belonged to Caesar. You know what I mean? Caesar is a metaphor. Basically, it's the world. You know what I mean? There's no accessing the kingdom of the heavens while you entertain Caesar. You know what I'm saying? Chosen ones are given back to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and it's the right thing to do. Yes.
Here to here, a fully lighting pass through. Now I can see. Wow. And I can see the details. Each petal there is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 pieces are here. You can see 1, 2, 3. You imagine these little pieces, how the man he hold between these two fingers and how he can do shape this stone. And why it took 3 years? Because when the artist he hold these little pieces, before of touch the stone with the emery wheel, fingers touch the emery wheel and the finger senses finish and the blood coming out.
Wow.
And in a day when artist makes for the 100 veins complete 20 pieces, rest of the 80 pieces are the break, then we have to make restart again.
Hello beautiful people of the world, this is Alula and welcome to Awaken the Ego Within. If you haven't subscribed by now, you're missing out. Check me out on Insta at Awaken the Ego. The links on the channel. Now this video, chosen ones are giving back to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and is the right thing to do. Chosen ones, let me tell you something. I've been privileged to experience Caesar's world. You know what I mean? Actually, from a young age, I've been so blessed to experience many, many things in this world, actually. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm from one of the poorest countries, and also a poorest city in the poorest country. You know what I mean? But then again, oh shit, my family's been successful. You know what I mean? My grandfather was one of the top dogs in my city. In fact, 3 of his kids are millionaires in America. You know what I mean? And also, some of my cousins, my mother's cousins are very, very rich people. You know what I mean? It's a blessing, actually. Particularly in my early 20s, I've been able to experience Caesar's world at a full effect. You know what I mean? Especially at this time when I was in Brazil visiting my best friend. There's been places which I've visited that were like so like, there was this place that I went to. I was so young. I met up with this other man that my friend introduced me to, and then went into this place. It was like a sexual place where you can go in and pick any woman, and there's so many women there. And the kind of people that were there were like very high politicians and footballers. And I was the only one young there. You know what I mean? I was able to experience all of these things in Caesar's world at a young age. And let me tell you something. Even though these things look good with the naked eye, you know what I mean? It's something that will never fail you guys, seriously speaking. And take it from me. And the best thing I did was I was able to experience all of these things at a full effect. And now it's like I've completely given back to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. It's like, no, thank you. You know what I'm saying, guys? All right, now what is the first way, or what is the best way to give back to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, chosens? You know what I mean? Joseph, let me tell you something. You can only get rid of Caesar by getting a new mind. You know what I'm saying? The change that you need, the change that you want to happen in your life, first, it's got to happen between your two ears, Chosen. If you can come out like mind first, then you can come out in every way. You know what I mean? There is a reason when a woman gives birth, it's like the head comes up first. You know what I'm saying? If the head is not coming up first, oh God, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? Chosen, there's no getting rid of Caesar. There's no returning what belongs to Caesar without having a new mind, true. You know what I mean? It's basically taking off the mind that you had and saying to Caesar, yep, here we go, thank you. Now, the mind that you have given me is leading me to ruin myself. You know, now I don't want anything to do with you. Here you go, take back your mind. Now I got the mind of a living Father within me. You know what I'm saying? It starts with your mindset, chosen ones. Basically, the best way I could explain this shift is chosen. You got to take your eyes of things that is seen and put it on the unseen. Because Caesar is the king of the ground. You know what I'm saying? He's like the king. He rules this ground. And this is the lowest dimension. And chosens are people of the sky. Yeah, we are built to fly, God. I mean, we're built for high places. You know what I mean? You got to make this shift so that when you have this mindset, you can begin to rise just as your nature intends you to be, guys. But first, it's a new mindset. Caesar wants to tie your mind with chains, like around your mind, with religion. Since he's the king of this world, you know what I mean? Since he rules over this like 3 dimension, now he has wrapped himself in religion to really, you know, do his evil deeds with this religion. Chosen ones, you got to break off from religion. There's no question about it. Now understand what I'm saying here. I'm not saying your relationship with God. I'm not saying what you believe in. I'm talking about religion. Religion is a structure, chosens. And religion had some really, guys, if you really happen to believe this religion, you know, and really take it within your heart and start living accordingly without questioning it, this thing can ruin you. Because this is Caesar's world, chosens. You know what I mean? Even though I'm from like a really, you know, most of my family is so religious. You know, not all, most, but like, there's like some big questions I had with religion, you know, that did not sit well with me. You know, one of the things that religion says is like, no matter what I do, there's no good in me. Now, I'm sorry, but I will not live my life living this. I'm a son of a living Father. I'm created in God's image. And now you're telling me there's nothing good dwelling in you. I'm a sinner by nature. This is the things I'll never accept, chosens, because I know who I am. I know my origin. I know I'm not a sinner from birth. No. You know what I mean? In fact, one of the things that will begin to happen to you when you awaken is like, you see, awakening, guys, it happens stages. You know what I mean? As you discover more about yourself, as you elevate, you know what I mean? You're gonna, now one of the stages you're gonna be at is you're gonna confuse religion with God or what you believe in at a certain stage. And let me tell you now, many people get stuck there. It's like, remember Kanye? You know what I mean? Remember when like he had his awakening? I mean, they say Kanye is bipolar, but I know he's, you know, like awakened person. You know what I mean? Now when he had awakened, one of the things that he began to do was he began to be so religious and he began to associate himself with this establishment. He was with Joel Austin and all of this, and he was like preaching and all that. You know what I'm saying? So that is a person that is awakening, and now he is on his journey of awakening. And then when you're at this journey, you know, you are still in the process, which we call it the process. I mean, so you are in the process, and then you might confuse religion with God. And this is what Caesar intended to be, because he knows. You know, that's why they've been disguising themselves as saints, as people who are trying to do good with this. But really, chosen, once your spiritual eye is open, then you see the truth for what it is. Then you will see Caesar uses religion to tie your head, to really make you like stay in this like low dimension. You know what I mean? This is why this channel is called Awaken the Ego Within. Many chosen ones, you know, like, or many great men and women in the past, like countries, like, you know, they like eagles because eagles are, it's a symbol, chosens. You know what I'm saying? It's a symbol that we are built for high places. We are built to fly. But now Caesar, he wants to make you not fly by making your wings weak. You know what I'm saying? This is the battle that we have with this world always. You know what I mean? Us, we do not fight with flesh and blood, but we fight with spiritual battles. We fight a spiritual warfare. We fight with principalities and really dark energies, really. You know what I mean? So God's giving you, you know, giving what belongs to Caesar requires for you to let go of religion. And understanding that relationship with God is a personal thing. It's, you know, it's an experience thing that is unique to you just the way you are unique. I don't think religion wants like you to do is like they create for you like a structure on how to worship. Now what is that? Like, oh, you gotta pray only this way now. There's no other way. How is that even possible? You know what I mean? Guys, when you have your spiritual eye open, these things does not really apply to you anymore. You know what I mean? There are even certain groups of people that even pray with this just one language because they've been told that God only understands that language. Like in prayer. Can you think about that? Think about that for a second. Now, a God that created the whole universe, a God that one with everything, doesn't understand another language but this just one language. These are all Caesar's things, guys. You know what I'm saying? All right, chosens, let's move on to the next point. You know, what is the most effective way to give back to Caesar? What belongs to Caesar? You know what I mean? Is to not want anything outside of yourself. Yes, this is like my favorite one too now. I'm starting to live this way. I'm starting to understand this. And let me tell you now, this is truly the way of the heavens. You know what I mean? You really want to be the son of a living father. You want to be a God on this world. You want to be your own fully. Chosen. Learn how to not need anything outside yourself. Certainly not material positions. You know what I mean? And this is not an easy thing. This is the reason why we say, you know, many are called but few are chosen. It takes like, oh, look at this tree. Yeah, I like these trees like this actually. Today let me walk you this way. Really, really chosen. It takes the intelligence of the gods to really reject this world's material, really. You know, you don't know the kind of person you'd have to be to reject the joys of this world that, you know, they're trying to tangle you with. You know, that is why you were chosen. Because you can go within yourself You know what I'm saying? And then you can reject the things that is not within you. And this is what makes you the most powerful person. This is what makes you unique. This is what makes you abundant. This is what makes you powerful, Joseph. But first, you got to give back to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. You know what I mean? This idea of selling your soul. This is what we're talking about here today, guys. Once you do this, then you shall access the power of a living Father with full effect, guys. You know what I mean? Something about selling your soul is like this. If you just had patience and you work on yourself, you know what I mean? And then you wait what's coming to you with full grace, then you're gonna get what's coming to you with full abundance. You know what I'm saying? And with the way it's supposed to be, with full ease. But then if you don't have the patience to wait, then you're gonna suffer. You know what I mean? You're gonna live in a Caesar's world, which is no world at all. You know what I mean? Oh shit, look, I walked all the way. Alright guys, take care, bye bye, see you. Yes.